Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Joey G. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? It's that Joey G thing going on. That's what's going on, everybody. That's what you gotta say. Joey G. That's what's going on. Fix the camera work here for a minute, because I'm gonna sit down. You know, I stay at the, trust me, I'm gonna get better camera positions and everything, but that's not what counts, right? It's what I know about WWE and all wrestling that what counts. Now, Impact's on. It's 7 o'clock. Wednesday night, group tomorrow, then after group, my weekend starts tomorrow at 9:30 in the morning. I mean, that's great, isn't it? I mean, my weekend starts at 9:30 tomorrow morning. I got group at 7:30 a.m. I'll leave here, I'll get up about 6:15, 6:20, and then I'll leave here about 6:40, and I'll get down there about, I got group at 7:30, I'll get down there about 7:20, 7:15, get a coffee, get a smoke, you know what I mean? And chill. But anyway, let me get on the news. Let me tell you something. Steve Austin anymore, I don't know. I was never a big fan of Stone Cold to begin with. I liked him better as Stunning Steve Austin when he was with Lady Blossom. Anybody remember that? When he took Lady Blossom off with Gentleman Chris Adams in World Class Championship Wrestling when Devon Eric ran it for Devon Eric in the Sportatorium in Dallas, Texas. I think it's a sign God doesn't want me to smoke anymore. Cigarettes. Weed goes down nice and fine. But cigarettes, whew. I start coughing on cigarettes, it's history, man. I can't stop. I would have to stop the show. Be like that dude Sean on Sean's View, fucking having a seizure or something. He's got to stop his shows and shit. But I'm tired of plugging that dude. Him and his death threats. The biggest drama queen in the world. I mean, I really don't care because my dream is not to be on YouTube. I mean, I'm glad for my fans out there, my true fans, you know, the Joey G fans. I tell it like it is, okay? You know, I tell you who my favorite wrestlers are, but I tell you if they're going to win or lose. And like I said, Dean Ambrose is my favorite wrestler, but at Hell in a Cell, I think Seth Rollins is going to beat him, straight up. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be biased. Right now, in the NFL, the two best teams are the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm a diehard Philadelphia Eagle fan. I'm a diehard Philadelphia Eagle fan. I hate the Dallas Cowboys. I hate them. I despise them. I despise that star. One of my best friends, Kurt Reitner, if you know him, he's a Dallas Cowboy fan. He's a diehard, and we go at it every year. But you know what? They're the two best teams in the NFL, but the best team in the NFL is the Dallas Cowboys. There's no doubt about it. No one can get with their running game. No one can get with their anything. They're the best team in the National Football League. The second is the Philadelphia Eagles. And in the AFC, I'm going to say the Cincinnati Bengals, Dean Ambrose hometown, and I'm not saying that to be biased, Cincinnati, Ohio, and the San Diego Chargers, who perhaps is my other team in the AFC. You know, the Eagles, Giants, and the Giants are on my squad too, besides the Eagles. And the Chargers. They're my three teams. And put the Ravens in there, too, because I do like the Ravens. So, having 4 football teams, 2 in the NFC, 2 in the AFC. But I hate the Cowboys, but they're the best team in the NFL, hands down. I mean, their running game's unbelievable. That's all they got to do is run, run, run. And Tony Romo, hey, I call him Tony Homo. I call him everything. They had that record 13-3 the one year when he was going out with Jessica Simpson, and the Giants beat them, and then the Giants went on to beat the Patriots, and the Patriots are undefeated in 2007, the first time they beat the Patriots. And then 3 years ago, they beat the Patriots again in the Super Bowl. That was just great. As a Giants fan, I love that. Now it's time for the Eagles to do some work and kick some Cowboy ass. You know what I'm saying? We shut the Giants out straight up. That's good. I'm an Eagle fan first. You know what I mean? We got a bye this week, and then we come back and we go to Arizona and we kick your ass, and we'll be back there for the Super Bowl. I still stick with my Super Bowl pick. The Philadelphia Eagles versus the Cincinnati Bengals. Joey G's Super Bowl pick, and I'm saying it today, October 15th, 2014. The Super Bowl will be the Philadelphia Eagles against the Cincinnati Bengals, and the Eagles will win it. Joey G's word guaranteed. And just think, the Royal Rumbles, the 25th, Philly's going to be bumping. With the Eagles going to the Super Bowl, I mean, if they're not, it'll be the Cowboys and Bengals or the Chargers. One of them 4. Either the Bengals or Chargers in the AFC, and the NFC, the Cowboys or Eagles. It's not the Seahawks year. It's not the 49ers year. It's not the Cardinals year. The Bears are just the Bears. The Packers, they're just... Aaron Rodgers is great. I mean, I think Aaron Rodgers is the best probably quarterback in the league. But the Packers ain't going nowhere. The Lions suck. the Redskins are young. Jay Gruden's a good coach, not just because I like John Gruden, but Jay Gruden's a good coach. The Giants I loved, but it's not the NFC East. It's the NFC Beast. Right, Kurt? The NFC Beast. Because there ain't no conference better than the NFC East. You remember the years back, except the Eagles, it's a shame, when it was, the one year it was the Redskins, then the Giants, then the Cowboys. The NFC East would just win the Super Bowl year after year in the early 90s, late 80s. It was great, you know? It was great. But anyway, this is a wrestling show. But like I said, I'm branching out for sports as well. But this is wrestling. I want to get back to Stone Cold Steve Austin losing his balls. Stone Cold, as I found out, is a liberal. And I'm not a liberal. You know what I mean? Okay, I smoke weed. I'm a marijuana activist. All right. We know that. Everybody knows that. My mom reminds me all the time of it, and picks on me about it and badgers me about it. But hey, different strokes for different folks, right? You know what I mean? I don't hurt nobody. You know what I'm saying? I don't do drugs. I'm not a drug addict. I don't smoke pot on screen. I would never do that. You know what I mean? And that might cost me getting a job. But I promote myself, and that's how I expect to get a job. You know what I mean? I will be a celebrity. I hope it's in wrestling or sports. You know what I mean? Personally, I hope it's in wrestling and entertainment, like I say. But what's going on in WWE right now, he's not Stone Cold. He's the Ringmaster. Always was, always will be. He's a good wrestler. That's all Steve Austin is. He can never touch The Rock. He can never touch Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels had a broken back, like I said, at WrestleMania 14. March 29th, 1998 in Boston at TD Garden. And Shawn Michaels carried that match. You saw Shawn on the ropes like this. And you hear JR can you believe this man? Shawn did. Shawn started that joint where you go like this and you get up. And then The Rock started doing it. If you look back, The Rock says Shawn Michaels was one of my biggest influences in my career. You don't, because, Jose Lothario helped The Rock too. So, The Rock says that. He's like, nobody knows how good of friends. He's like, I'm friends with Triple H. He's like, but I'm just as good friends with Shawn Michaels as well. It's a shame me and Shawn never got in the ring. Another match. I know The Rock doesn't want to face Triple H at WrestleMania. He doesn't. He's fought Triple H so many times. Really, even though it was back in 2000, 99, 2000, 2001, 2002. They even had a match on Raw, I think, in 2004. Yeah, they did. The Rock came back for one night in late 2004, and he faced Triple H on Raw. It's the last time they faced each other. The Rock said it in an interview recently, because it looks like they're building that match for WrestleMania. But what I hear, it's going to be The Rock and Batista, because if you remember, that is kind of you had Austin and The Rock, and then they left, and you kind of Cena and Batista, but we know Batista can't get near the popularity that Cena, Austin, and The Rock got. But Cena and The Rock are way better than Steve Austin in popularity. Even Cena, and I'm a Cena fan, but I'm a Cena critic. You know what I mean? Cena needs to go heel, and like Paul Heyman said, lose the wristbands, lose the shirts, you know the routine. But no ball. Stone Cold, the reason you couldn't make it in WCW is because, hey, Hogan was old, but Hogan could still get the fans going. And when he jumped to be Hollywood Hogan, you could never get with him. Whether you were doing that rattlesnake shit in WWE or WCW, you couldn't get with Hulk Hogan. You couldn't get with Randy Savage. You tried to be a badass like Macho Man. You will never, ever be a Randy Savage. Randy Savage is one of the greatest of all time. The Macho Man, Randy Savage. Oh, yeah, dig it! You can't get with Macho Man, Stone Cold. What did Bret Hart call him? And I don't like Bret the Shit Man Far either, but Bret Hart made you, Steve. That match that you had, Survivor Series 96 at the Garden and WrestleMania 13 in Chicago, the match in Chicago at WrestleMania 13 started out, Austin was getting cheered and booed, and they were off and on mixed reaction for Bret. By the end of the match, Stone Cold passed out due to blood loss, after he cut himself, and the crowd was cheering Austin, Austin, Austin. And, I was never a really Bret Hart fan, but, at the time I was starting to like Steve Austin a little. But, you know what? Then he started feuding with Shawn in the tag team, and I'm a Shawn Michaels fan for life. I'm Click for life. I'm NWO DX for life. And that's the bottom line. And Stone Cold, you suck. So why don't you go marry, Brian Pillman was better than you. If you look back at the Hollywood Blondes, who was the leader in the Hollywood Blondes? Brian Pillman. Who did all the great promos in the Hollywood Blondes? That wasn't Eric Bischoff or Bill Watts or Jim Herd in Brian Pillman and Steve Austin's ear. Brian Pillman could cut great promos, and Brian Pillman rocked good chains too. Steve Austin has that chain. That's the chain Brian Pillman gave him. Okay, for real. So it's no Ringmaster. All right, it's not the ring, or it's not Stone Cold. It's the Ringmaster. Okay, that's what it is. And also, will he show up in TNA tonight? I don't know. There were Bound for Glory was in Tokyo, and hey, like I said, I want to go to Tokyo to work. Yeah, I want to go to the WWE and be head of their creative. But I think I would have to go to Japan where the money will be good, and I'll get respect over Japan. My character will get over. My creativity will get over in Japan. And I know it will. It will get over here in the States too, but it might take a little longer. And I have a hot temper. I might lose my temper real quick, and you know, I don't want to do that. You know, and making money for Vince McMahon, I don't think I would do that. And even working for Dixie Carter, and I would. You know, even though I'm not a big fan of TN Gay. And yes, I say TN Gay. Okay? But let's see tonight. I mean, is Lashley still the champion? What happened at Bound for Glory? I haven't even read none. I just heard that CM Punk was going there. I hope he does go there and blast. I heard that he was at Bound for Glory and blasted WWE. But you can't, like Randy Orton says, you can't believe everything you read. Also, Randy Orton, part-timer now, not doing house shows on the weekends. No more house shows on the weekends. So usually the WWE comes here on the weekends, like a Friday or Saturday or Sunday to the Wachovia Center, but they're not coming to the Royal Rumble, so we're cool. But Boston, New York, Providence, wherever, you know what I mean? Nassau Coliseum, Chicago. I mean, you're not going to see Randy Orton on the weekend. You're not going. You might see John Cena and the Fruity Pebbles and the Fruity Pebble Nation, but you're not going to see Randy Orton. But Dean Ambrose deserves that belt. I keep hearing that Kurt Angle and Daniel Bryan are going to be co-winners of the Royal Rumble, or it's going to be Kurt Angle and Roman Reigns. What the fuck? Give it to Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose deserves it. He deserves the title. It's the time. If you look at it, The Rock debuted as Rocky Maivia at Survivor Series 1996. He became the WWE Champion at Survivor Series 1998, Deadly Game, the year after the Screwjob. He debuted the year before the Screwjob, became champion the year after the Screwjob. That's a testament to Dwayne Johnson as The Rock, okay? And speaking of the title, Brock Lesnar needs to show up. I like Brock, I like Paul Heyman, but now, I mean, I'm hoping Paul Heyman's writing something because Raw has been all right. So maybe Paul Heyman's doing some writing or some shit behind the scenes. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But hopefully he is, him and Zeb Kohler, and they're just tearing shit up because they got to do something. I mean, because, we didn't see the Bunny a lot this week, thank God, and Chris Lee, his show's all right. But let's get rid of celebrities. We want wrestling, don't we, fans? We want fucking wrestling. Wrestling, that's what it is. Okay, yeah, I love Steve Walston when he's chugging beers. Yeah, he's entertaining, of course. I'd be an asshole to sit here and tell you he's not entertaining. But The Rock is way more entertaining. That's all I'm saying. John Cena is more entertaining. Hearing Let's Go Cena, Cena sucks. I just love that. You know what I mean? That's what I want. That's what I want people to yell. I want everybody to say I suck, and I'll just be sitting there saying, come on, let me hear it. And I'll be like, suck it to everybody. I'll be like, come on, come on. I'll be on my knees like Sid used to. Because I am the master and the ruler of the world. Sid used to be my man back in the day. Remember when the Horseman was Sid, Barry Windham, Arn Anderson, and Ric Flair, and then Sid flipped out and stabbed Arn Anderson, the fucking whack job. For real. But Brock, you need to get to Raw or one of the pay-per-views. You can't, this pay-per-view is going to be cool, Hell in the Cell, because I want to see Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins go at it. But Seth Rollins will win. I do believe that. He will win it. He's looking too much of a pussy running from Dean Ambrose and John Cena. And, Roman Reigns, if he was here, he'd be going after him too. But Dean Ambrose, blessing in disguise, he fell into a good spot. Hopefully Dean Ambrose, the WWE sees, he's the next big star. He's what the fans want. I guarantee when Daniel Bryan gets back, he'll get the yes, yes chance. But you're going to hear a lot of no, no, no too. And Batista's coming back as well. Kurt Angle as well. A lot more to hear on tomorrow night's show. This is Joey G, and Drama Queen, stop with the death threats, for real. Because I think you're fucking making it up, and you're having somebody in your family call and saying, we're going to kill you, Sean. We're going to kill you. You're a dork. You suck. Get real. YouTuber for life. You suck. This is Joey G. I'm out. Peace, dickheads.